So hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's me here with another video. And today we're doing something totally different. I want an Easter wreath. I do not know how to make wreaths. I made one wreath for Christmas about 2 years ago. So I had someone show me how to make that one. It came out pretty good. So I'm going to try and make an Easter wreath. So what you're going to need, or what I'm going to need to make this video, is a wreath frame, a wire frame, and I got this one from Dollar Tree, and it is a 14-inch. You're going to need some mesh. I have two types of metallic DECO mesh. This is a really light blue, and then I have this really pretty unicorn is what they call it, unicorn stripe color, and it is, yeah. Okay, so I cut this on my table, not on my cutting mat, but on my table, and I measured it out. From here to here is 15 inches. Now you can actually, from what I understand, make these up to 30 inches long. This mesh is 10 inches wide, and I cut mine 15 inches because that is the way that I made my Christmas wreath. 30 inches is, I think, a lot for me to handle, to not be able to know how to make a wreath. And you're also going to need some pipe cleaners. Now, I got several different colors here, so I'm not sure which one I'm going to use. I am also going to use some Easter eggs for this wreath, and this is the purpose of this board. I know it's a mess, it's kind of hard to see things, but this is the purpose of this board that I have, so I'm going to cut this circle out. Let me show you what I did first before I do that. I took my wreath ring and I put it down, and I traced around this ring. The fourth ring, if you're counting from the outside, it'll be the fourth, 1, 2, 3, fourth ring I traced around. And that's how I got that. So this will be the basis, or the base for my eggs when I get ready to put them into my wreath, and hopefully I'll make it that far. So you're going to see this, as I said, I'm not a wreath maker, but it's something exciting to me, and it's something I would want to try again. The one that I did for Christmas, like I said, was like 2 years ago, and it was a little bit of a challenge. So we'll see how this one works out. I'm going to cut the circle out just so I'll have it when I get done with the wreath, and I'll be back. Okay, I have my pipe cleaners. I cut them in half. There, I cut some in half. I got my circle for when I'm done, and I have my wreath ring. And as I said, I am not a wreath maker, so this is going to be my way, as I remember from making a wreath 2 years ago. And I'm just putting some of the pipe cleaners in, so I'll already have those in. And I'm putting these that I'm putting in, I'm putting on the crossbars here. I cut, I believe, 18 of each color mesh. I don't know how many I'm going to need, but I started with 18. So if I need more, I'll just cut more. And I use my soldering iron to cut that. So hopefully it will cut down on the rattling a little bit. So we're going to start with the unicorn stripe. And that is my neighbor's dog that's barking. We're going to gather this in the center. We're going to put our hands, hopefully you can see, in the center. And we're just going to gather it up. Try and keep it straight as we gather it up. It's been a while since I did this. Once you do that, that's what you end up with. And I think I want to, I don't know if I want to turn them this way or that way, but I think I want to put mine down. Yeah, I might turn it up. See, it's going to ravel no matter what. Okay, this is the way we're looking so far. Don't know if I'm liking this or not, but we're going to keep going. See how it turns out. Okay, we're going to start adding some blue in now. So I guess it doesn't matter where we start. And we can get the right glitter in there, right? There we go. This is quite a handful. Maybe I'll take some wreath making classes. That might make it go a little bit better. I think I did, when I did do the one a couple of years ago, it may have even been 3 years ago that I did the Christmas one. I think I did cut my mesh 30 inches, but that's a lot to handle. This is 15 and it's a lot to handle. I guess if you're used to making wreaths, that's something different. I'm not used to making wreaths. I just want an Easter wreath. And I thought it would be interesting to try and make one. There we got our first blue in. And I'm just going to wait till I'm done to cut the ends of the pipe cleaners off. is really hard to keep straight if you're not used to doing it. Put this one in. This is how it look with the blue put in. And hopefully by the time we're done, you're not going to be able to see the pipe cleaners. And we're going to keep going. Okay, I'm back, and this is what my wreath is looking like. It's actually starting to look pretty good, even though I didn't think that it would. Okay, so I made some changes, and I have another wreath on here so I can show you. I put, let me show you, two together, two of the same color. I started putting two together because this is really thin mesh, and it's called discount mesh, so it's really thin. So I put two of the same color, the unicorn stripe, and then I made two of the blue, same thing, the same color. And I put the unicorn stripe on each of the braces, all of those. And then in between, which is what I have here, in between these two braces, I put two of the blue. I'm going to show you. These are the changes that I made. So this is the two blue that I put in between there. And in between the two blue on this ring, I'm putting the unicorn. Let me see if I can find one. Here we go. The unicorn color. And this is how we're looking. Now, if I had cut this 30 inches, then the poos, I would not have to put as many in there because the poos would be bigger. But since I felt that I couldn't handle the 30 inches not being a real wreath maker, I cut mine 15. And instead of using the pipe cleaners, I decided to use, oh, what are these things? The zip ties. I'm sorry. Had a brain fart there. Zip ties. It just gave it a neater look to me, and it made it easier for me. So now I'm here. We have two blues. There, I have them pulled apart, and I'm going to put the two unicorn stripes together. And oh, yeah, I think you can see that. We're gonna move over here so you can see that. And again, we're gonna scrunch these up. And like I said, I'm not a wreath maker. This is just something that interests me. And my friend had showed me, like I think it's like 3 years ago. And I did a Christmas wreath, and I wanted to try and do an Easter wreath. And I know that there's a lot of people on YouTube that actually do wreaths, and I think as a business for sale. I'm not one of those people. I just love wreaths. Not a wreath maker again, but I think I might take a Wreath class just to learn the different, because there's all different types of wreath forms, I guess, if you want to put it that way. So you're going to slide this in. Make sure that it's even, or as even as you can get it on both sides. And now this is what I do. I just slide tight enough just to hold it and put it down between so it'll turn around. You see that? It'll turn around. And then I tighten it. Now, I don't think it matters. I don't know. This is just my preference of doing mine. As I said, I'm not a wreath maker, so this is my preference. So all of my zip tie ends will be under the bottom, and I can actually take a cover and cover all of these so you can't see those. So what you're going to do now is open the blue ones back out, move them out. And it's going to look like that. It makes it a lot poofier so you can't see, because this is very thin. And I was just putting the one, and then you could actually still see the Wreath Form under there. And that wasn't a nice look. So I'm going to continue. This is my next one, but since I started using 2, then I need to cut some more. So I'm going to go cut some more, and I'll be back. Okay, here you see I'm back. However, I finished using my light blue and my unicorn stripe, and I still was not satisfied with the way that my wreath looked. So I had this teal blue, I say that it is. I'm not really sure what color it is, but it's a really pretty blue. And I decided to add that in with my wreath just to give it a little bit more fullness. I also cut that in 2 layers. I used 2 of those, like I have been using with the blue and the unicorn stripe. And I'm just going to let you watch for a minute. Let me put these in. I don't know if it was me here or if it was the zip tie, but it just didn't want to get in and hold the piece in there for me while I don't know. But eventually, you see, it stopped beating me up, and I got it to tighten up correctly and moved on. I decided to add another color because it wasn't as full as I like for it to be. So we added another blue to it, just in between every other layer. It's coming out better than I thought it was going to come out though. One once I made it a little bit fuller. There you go. Sweet like that. Okay, so I'm finished with my wreath. I hope you can see that. It is so big. It turned out really pretty though. So what I'm going to do now is finish the center, since this is my Easter wreath. I think that blue, that darker blue, I think added depth to it. And I think I like it with that little bit added in there. So this is what I'm going to do for the center. I'm going to close up my back. Let me show you. I'm going to close up the back so you can't see the zip ties. And this is just for me. I'm not making this for anybody. I'm making it for myself. So I'm going to use foam board. I cut out a piece of foam board the size of the wreath, and I'm going to put that on the back. But to do my center, I cut out this little piece of foam board the size of this 8-inch wreath from here. And I just went around this one here on the outside, and that's how I got this not too even. And then I found a center here, so that's what we're going to put the center on, and then I'm going to attach my eggs and things to that. Okay, I'm going to finish putting my backing together and my little thing for my egg here. Can't seem to get my words out today. And this is just my way of doing a wreath. This is a wreath for myself. I'm not making one for anyone else. As I said, I'm not a wreath maker or a wreath instructor, none of that. This is just my way of making me a wreath. And as I said, I had a friend that gave me a few steps a few years ago. So I'm putting this together just for me. If I was a wreath maker selling this, I would finish the edge of this. But this is just for me, as I said. Alright, let's see what we have on the back now. Here you'll see I'm just fitting my backing onto my
wreath just to cover up the zip tie ends. And this is foam board. I'm just going to take some hot glue and glue the foam board to the rings on the wreath form. Just going to put a little glue there and hold it until it seals. As I said, this wreath is being made for me. I have no interest in trying to make any professionally or for sale or giving tutorials on wreath making. I just find it interesting and I wanted an Easter wreath, and that's what this is. I'm just going to let you watch me glue this down, and then I'm going to start putting my eggs on. And I tried to put all the eggs on that I got from the Dollar Tree. I have so many Easter eggs. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with the rest of them, but I don't think I made a clip of that. I had to take those off and rearrange those so I can get them the way that I wanted them to be. Okay, here's the eggs that I'm going to be putting on in the center of my wreath, and I got these from the Dollar Tree. I'm not sure, I think it's 8, but it's 2 of each color. And I'm just going to take some hot glue and put on them and align them around the center of my wreath. And you'll see me putting them on here. I originally put them on and laid them flat, and I think that was why I ran into a problem. Like I said, I don't think I made a clip of that, but I did take them off and then I put them at an angle to get them the way that I wanted them to be. Okay, everybody, here's my completed version of my Easter wreath. So you can see that. I put the eggs in the center, and I also put some Easter grass in there. I'm going to hold it up for you so you can see that. Just to cover the rest of the board that I had in there. Put my eggs around there, fluffed it out a little bit, and this is my version of my Easter wreath. As I said before, I am not a wreath maker. I just wanted to give it a shot, something a little bit different on my channel, to see how it turned out. But I hope you have enjoyed this video. If you have, and you are new to my channel, I thank you for stopping by. Please consider subscribing. If you're returning, I thank you for returning. If you enjoyed this video, leave me a comment down below to let me know. If you'd like to see more of my first time how-tos, leave me a comment down to let me know, to say that and let me know. I really appreciate you stopping by, and I hope you'll join me for my next DIY.